Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and in this video I'll be answering the ninth question in our Postgres data analysis examples. So the question asks how many films have a rating of R and a replacement cost between $5 and $15. First things first, we need to pick the table where our information or our result will be gotten from, and the table in this case will be the films table. So we select asterisk from film. Now this gives us all the information about the film table. We have the film ID, the title, description, release year, we have the language, rental rate, length, replacement costs, last update, special features, and other information. Now what do we need from that table? Based on what the question asks, the film is looking for rating of R, replacement cost. So those are the basic two information that we need. But just to make it easier, you can add more information just to give more shape to your table, and then basically you just need to pick the columns that you need to be able to solve your question. And in this case I'm going to be using the film ID column, the title, the rating, and then the replacement cost. Basically we just need the rating and the replacement cost, but I just decided to add the film ID and then the title. And then once we run this query, it's going to give us a streamlined version of the table, giving us just 4 columns: film ID, title, rating, and replacement cost. Now we are looking for films that have rating of R and the replacement cost between $5 and $15. First things first, let's look for those films that have a rating of R. What we are going to do is we are going to use the where function, and how we're going to use it: select the columns that we need from film where rating equals R, where the rating equals R. So all these ones will be selected, and then when we run this, it's going to give us only the information we need where the rating is equals to R. Now that we've done that, the next thing we want to do now is get the films with rating R and those ones that have a replacement cost between $5 and $15. So this is the information that we're going to use now to get the remaining part of our answer. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to use the group by, and then we're going to use the having also, because by the time we group, remember from our last video, once we group, instead of using the where function, we use the having function, which works just the same way as the where function. So what we're going to do now is select film ID, title, rating, replacement cost from film where the rating is equals to R, group by the film ID. Now we want it to group by the film ID having replacement cost of less than or equals to $5, and because there are two conditions we're here, the replacement cost must be between $5 and $15. So it has to be greater than $5, greater than or equals to $5, or less than or equals to $15. So those are the two conditions. So we're having replacement cost greater than or equals to $5 and less than or equal to replacement cost also less than or equals to $15. So by the time you do run this, you have a streamlined version. So now if you do check your replacement cost and then you check the rating, you can see all the ratings are R. The replacement cost, none of them goes over $5. That's if we do check all of them. We have 52 rows left from about thousands of rows that we started with. So now what's the next thing we want to do? So we want to count, because this question says how many, so it wants us to give a number, and then when you're counting, we already know it's going to be 52 rows, because based on the number of rows we have, we know it's going to be 52. So we have 52 films have a rating of R and the replacement cost of between $5 and $15. So but we want it to come out after running a query. So what we're going to do now is to use the count function. So we use select count film ID. Now because like I said, what we just need is just the film, what we need is just the rating and then the replacement cost. Sorry about that. So but what we're counting is the rows, and then we can just count the film ID, or we can even count the title if it's a title. So basically you're just counting rows, so you can use any column, but you're going to be counting the number of rows of that column. So select count film ID from film, where the rating is equals to R and replacement cost greater than or equals to 5, and replacement cost also less than or equals to 5. Now this is a shorter form because we didn't use by group film ID again. So but if you had used the group film ID, then we would have used having. So it's like having two different ways of coming out with your answer here. So you can either use group by, and then you use having, and then you put in the count for the film ID to count the number of rows, or you remove the group by, and then you just input the count film ID, and then you use only where function, because with where functions you can join multiple conditions with and or the or function. So by the time we do run this, it's going to give us the total number of rows. That will be the total number of films that have rating R and replacement cost between $5 and $15. I do hope you've been able to learn something today. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.